All right, I'm going to run through the one-legged progressions that I've been asking some of you to do. I think I'm going to start asking several more of you to do these. In these, obviously, is just an exercise, but when executed correctly, both pivot points, the hand pivot point and the rear hip pivot point, are working together. So that's why this is a really good drill for feel and teaches a lot of important lessons if executed correctly. So the first step of the progression I like to do is just getting the hitter to learn how to get their belly button to turn to the pitcher at their hip off of one leg. Because what a lot of kids will do is they'll start trying to turn at the waist, like that. Don't want to turn at the waist. We want to really isolate. So y'all gotta, especially with you young ones, really try to get them to turn in the hip socket and not just turn at the waist. There's a difference. So, first step of the progression is just, you can even just have your hands across the shoulder, or I'll do two variations of this. So start with this one, is the one that I usually do. But sit, turn your butt, and the key is, and this is really tough, but the key is to try to keep the resistance that they set in place when they do this. And it's all, they have to learn how to control what's happening underneath the skin. Try to keep that resistance in place with the leg up, okay? And then from here, turning at the hip, and I also I've been doing it where I kind of want to start this stick where it's a little downhill. So here, so just like that, nothing dramatic like that, just slightly downhill, because we want to go from downhill to uphill, okay? And what that move works is the lateral tilt of the torso over the rear leg, which is an absolute for these mechanics, okay? And it could be where a lot of you, some of the hitters might need to just do that for a long time. Then the next part of the progression, and I like to use the billy club for top hand isolation drills. So switch into the billy club. So same setup, feet together, sit a little bit, turn your butt. Now pull the shoulder blade next to the spine and keep it there, okay? Again, trying to keep everything stretched and tight. That's why you see me setting up in these really, really carefully. Right there. Keep the shoulder blade next to the spine, and and working extremely hard to keep the shoulder blade next to the spine, start turning the barrel around to contact 90 degrees. I lost my balance, so I'm starting over. Keep the resistance in place. So that. And then the final step of the progression, and I don't have an arm bar handy, but please do these with the arm bar on. Okay, so this is just a 5-foot stick of PVC choked up halfway, feet together, turn the butt, pull the shoulder blade back, keep the resistance in place, have your arm bar on for this. And that's the one-legged progression. Really quickly, this is, maybe for you younger ones, this is a slightly easier variation of this drill, which this one has been out on social media on some people's pages for a long time. I basically took Teacher Man's one-legged drill and just modified it just a bit to make it easier to balance. Some people call these the kickstand swings. So again, feet together, turn the butt, and then keeping that resistance in place. Instead of keep bringing this foot all the way up, just slide it out to where it's lightly on the toe for balance. And again, downhill to uphill. All right? So from this angle, so from this view, let me go back to this. From this view, this is what we don't want. Where there's significant weight on the bottom of the front like this. This should still be completely on one leg, and this is just down for balance, okay? Very, very little weight is on that front foot, that front toe, all right? So sit, turn, slide it out on top of the toe, and then work uphill, there. Top hand only, sit, coil, pull this back, slide it out, there, with the arm bar, sit, and those are the one-legged progressions that I use. Try those out and send me some video.